Holy smokes, Batman, it is getting bad for JT Miller and the New York Rangers. Never mind the fact that he's getting body checked by his own Braden Schneider. Talk about no BS in the t-shirts that he got, right? But the New York Rangers are going through it right now. 4-2 loss yesterday to the Kraken, 10-2 loss to the Bruins the other day, 5-2 loss to the Sabres on Thursday, 3-2 loss to the Mammoth last week. It's been a bad stretch of games, most of them at home, and JT Miller is the guy front and center of it all. He went out there and had some commentary in the media that a lot of folks have started to critique pretty harshly here. After yesterday's game against Seattle, Miller was asked if there was a dip in energy after the first period. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. This is the captain of the New York Rangers going out there. And with that said, we are now seeing endless commentary from social media and New York Rangers fans and beat reporters as to how things are shaping up. Here's a comment from John. Man, was I ever wrong about JT Miller. I thought he'd be the first in a line of moves to help change the culture, but he has been a huge problem. No BS, but the guy plays like a fool. Then he doesn't want to answer questions when times are tough? Strip him of the captaincy right now. You can't change the culture with this guy here. You had this comment from Fitz. Yeah, man, I'm really over the whole JT Miller experience. And then you had Wyatt Arndt, Vancouver beat reporter, going out there and saying this, beat for beat, the JT Miller experience in New York is mirroring his last seasons in Vancouver. Subpar play in which people endlessly debate if he's hurt, and if he is, why not rest? He looks dejected and checked out in media scrums. Good winner, bad loser. The cycle continues. And at some point, I think, fans are going to have to come around and realize that this is more or less what the player JT Miller is. An amplifier. If times are going well, he does well. If times are going rough, then he is one of the most annoying pieces of the team. A guy who won't stand up and call out what needs to be called out. A guy who maybe at times doesn't take the accountability he needs to, especially now as the captain of an NHL franchise. For what it's worth, that same Braden Schneider that body-checked Miller yesterday ended up saying that it's a fragile group right now. How's that for no BS? A comment on the Rangers subreddit expresses some frustration in a very harsh way. JT Miller was supposed to be the first of a series of moves to change the culture. No BS has turned into no answers. The dragging us into the fight line is state media propaganda. He takes play off whenever he feels like it and doesn't make up for it offensively. His point per game pace is 50 points, a career low going back to his Tampa days. JT Miller was handed the captaincy after 30 games of being a Ranger last year. He is an underperforming player who faces zero consequences from our coach, who clearly favors him because of his gritty reputation. This is no captain. This is a player who cannot rise above adversity. And the worst part, I know he's hurt. He knows he's hurt. Everyone knows. But he will keep playing as a liability because he wants to represent USA at the Olympics. I wouldn't be surprised to see him finally shut down for injury after Milan. And that is selfishness. Oh my goodness, man. Rangers fans are going through it when it comes to JT Miller and the product that he brings or maybe doesn't bring on the ice. I can't say I'm really surprised based off of how Miller's last few years in Vancouver ended up going. He is that amplifier. If the team is winning, Miller is one of the best parts about it. He's passionate, he's willing to fight the fight, and when vibes are high, Miller is one of those guys that you want to have on your squad. However, when it comes to the bad days, this is when Miller really showcases the worst of his personality and his on-ice tendencies. Lack of back-checking, laziness, no finish, and just an overall attitude. I don't know if Miller has gone through the rage fits that he had in Vancouver. Like, that COVID bubble season that we had in 2020, 2021 was notorious for JT Miller because the amount of rage that he would display on a night-to-night basis. The Canucks weren't great. Miller didn't produce as much as he did in his first season with the Canucks, and he was expressing his frustration to everybody. The boards, his stick. Because there were no fans in the stands, it allowed more space for the microphones on the arena to pick up actual game noises, and we heard way too many JT Miller cusses compared to literally anybody else. The guy was swearing like crazy. I don't remember if Miller banging the back of the net when Colin Delia didn't know to go off was in that season as well, but it's a highlight moment for Canucks fans and JT. And to think, this is the guy that Vancouver's management is so adamant that his presence on the team was the reason they were able to stay competitive. And because they had to trade Miller away, oh, that's what ruined the Canucks. It's so bizarre to me to see Vancouver's management be so stuck to that idea that, oh yeah, trading away JT Miller changed our team forever. We did not expect that, and we would have been a better team if we just kept JT. But now it's like the guy's signed on for a while. He's making $8 million a year. He's the captain of the Rangers. He's not taking accountability. Things are not going his way, and Rangers fans are sick of this guy. Is that really the dude that Vancouver Canucks management thinks would have held this Canucks team together? Doesn't seem like it to me. If anything, it seems like a bullet dodged, that he is now out and about, away from Vancouver, allowing the Canucks to build their own brand new identity with a new group and a new core. Maybe Quinn Hughes was the only reason Vancouver was able to stick it out as long as they did. Maybe Quinn Hughes is the only reason JT Miller was able to score as many points as he did. Now, I don't want to necessarily degrade what it was that Miller did in Vancouver. 100 points is obviously going to stay on his resume forever. He was super effective, but the team was super good. I don't think anybody really thought of JT Miller as one of the guys to will a bad team back into winning ways. He just played well when the team was doing well, and he took advantage of a winning environment. So for New York, being one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference, this obviously is not ideal, and I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about the JT Miller experiment? Is it an experiment? I don't know. The guy signed on for a while, and he has the captaincy. Maybe it's not an experiment. Maybe it is just how the Rangers want to be run. But do you think this was a good idea? Are you surprised to see things go down this way? Rangers fans are done, and I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.